Good morning, sunshine. How are you doing today? Beautiful sunny Florida, except it's not sunny today and it's not going to be all week. We got constant rain coming and going. Bees aren't going to be happy. I got to get into them today. I've got, I don't know, 4 colonies? Yeah, 4 colonies over at my out yard over here. And we're supposed to have a check on 420. So let me pull out my ancient Christopher Columbus on the Mayflower phone and see what day it is here. Oh, it's 22. Yeah, 22. So we're 2 days past our monthly check. So if any of them made it, the way I've been feeding, they're probably pretty plumpy by now. I checked some on the 15th at base camp that I was supposed to check on 520, and them queens were pumping, baby, pumping. Unreal. God helps me make the best queens, guys. I don't know what it is. Speaking of queens, have you guys seen the latest press secretary? I wonder how long she's going to make it. Yeah. Oh, yeah, she announces to the whole world, she has to tell us this, right? That she's black. She has to tell us that she's black and that she's gay and she's a liberal. Oh, really? Well, good for you, baby. Good for you. Now, I ain't got nothing against lesbians, guys. Come on. I think I was one in my last life. I don't know. I just thought I'd throw that one in there. No, I've got nothing against lesbians. God bless them, you know. I used to have one on my crew. Yeah, I actually had a couple of them, and one didn't work out at all. She was a real whack job. She had these she-devil tattoos all over her. Have you ever seen a she-devil tattoo? And she had one on the back of her car. And I was working at a church. And a little nun lady, she comes out and she saw that. And she comes over to me and she said, "This is not going to happen here." I said, "What is that? What is that, ma'am?" Do you see the tattoo or the sticker on that vehicle? I said, "No, I haven't, but let's go check it." And I said, "Oh, that doesn't look good. That's not a good look, is it?" She said, "I want it off of my property." So I went and called her over. I said, "You need to get this vehicle, and and she had these tattoos all over her. So the woman saw that and said, "No, this girl has got to get out of here." Okay. So anyway, I think it was a Catholic church I was at. That went over like, maybe like a turd in a punch bowl, maybe. Anyway, she had to leave. But anyway, she ended up got gone after a while. She just didn't like construction work. But the other one I had, Amanda, now that girl, she was doing really well. Started her out on a little mini track hoe, and then I've got her worked into the control pattern on a mini track hoe is the same as on a great big monstrous machine. Big, large track hoe. We were running the big ones, and she did a fine job on it. A little rusty, a little bit, had to show her a lot of little tricks of the trade and everything, but. So anyway, I don't know where I was going with that. I drifted off for a second, but, on lesbians, but anyway, they're fun people, but I was watching Ducey there the other day, he's with the News Corps, the news people with Fox, and he's asking her questions about inflation, and she started out with this crazy word salad. You know, you could see she was just way in over her head she's way in over her head, guys, with her whole job. But she got it because she was a little cutesy and she was a lesbian and she's black, okay? So you know, you got to tie all this goodness together to get a, you know, don't run on qualifications. No, let's not do that. Let's just make sure our colors are right and our, you know, our sexual preference is correct now because we're in the Democrat Party now, see. It's getting quite comical, guys. I mean, you know, if you gotta laugh at it because if you don't, you're gonna start crying the way things are running. Yeah. The the look on Ducey's face, guys, I mean, was priceless. He was asking her how by taxing the crap out of the rich, and this and that is going to help with inflation. And she's over there fumbling around with her paperwork and stuff, and started out with word salad, and then she knew that wasn't going nowhere, and I think she wanted to toss Ducey's salad. Unbelievable, guys. It's and the look that Ducey had when she started rambling on, he's just like, I almost fell out of my flipping chair, guys. Almost fell out of my chair laughing, watching Ducey. That was so funny. I mean, what a tag team old Joey's got now. Wow, guys. Yeah, I don't know, guys, how much longer we're going to be able to take all this stupid that's going on. It's quite amazing. It really is. It really is quite amazing. Let's drift away from that before our blood pressure starts climbing and get back into Steve-O's Garden of Eden. You know, we talked about that. You know, I know, I'm getting comments, Steve. Stop floating around in la la land and come down to earth with the rest of us. I gotta open this door, guys. It's getting very hot. It's gonna be a scorcher today, guys. It's gonna be 100-degree heat index today. I'm gonna be out here working bees, so be thinking of me. Just get in your air conditioner and be thinking of me, okay? I'm a tough old cracker, guys. I can take it, okay? I can take it, all right? Tough old cracker. But anyway, yeah, we talked about that, and you know, this can happen, guys. This can happen. There is millions of millionaires in this state alone, and you know, I'm sure there's a lot of them out there on their deathbed with all these vultures waiting in the sideline for the main guy to check out, right? That's holding the key to the cash register, right? Yeah. And he's sick of all these vultures waiting. So Steve-O has the solution. I have the solution. You heard the Cowboy story. That was a true story, by the way. And I left out one of the best parts. I reran that video just for giggles, and I left out one of the best parts in that, yeah. He was telling me about his sister, right? And he was asking if if I was married, and he said, I'm needing a brother-in-law. This was a superintendent on a job site I was on. And pretty good dude. Him and I hit it all right off the bat. He would have made a great brother-in-law, by the way. Anyway, I didn't want to go down this road, guys, with this deal because it was so tempting, but I didn't want to wake up one morning because I'm married to Miss Daisy, right? And you don't want to crank up a bunch of Italian bees and get them mad, and you don't want to crank up an Italian woman, because I didn't want to wake up one morning with my wang dang super glued to my leg, okay, and then find that I've got a pain in my groin area, and come to find out I have lost both testicles, okay? Yeah. So I didn't want to go down that road. But anyway, the best part on that whole conversation I was telling you about. He said when he went there to get his tour, because he had never been there before, he said, this was a couple of weeks ago, I got the grand tour of the ranch, 2,100 acre ranch, that this old timer had a whole bunch of kids. Same situation, guys. They were all vultures waiting for him to die. And he said none of them have interest in my cattle operation. He told this girl, he says, you have been fantastic. She was with him like a year, babysitting this and that, and she could work cattle. He taught her how to rope cattle. She could rope, ride, guys, brand, castrate, whatever, medicate, everything on that ranch. He said, and then Granny died. She got up sick and died, but she was hung in there for a while, and this girl took care of Granny, plus ran out and took care of the ranch and cooked for the old man. She ran the ranch, did everything, and cooked, and it was unbelievable. So he says, here I go out there, and I get in the Jeep. She said, let's go let me show you around. Just jump in the Jeep. So we jump in the Jeep. She's got a 30-30 sitting there. And we take off. She said, I got to go out here and check this pond. I don't think I told this story. Seems like I missed this story, but anyway. He said, we take off. Umpteen dogs bail in the friggin' Jeep, in the back of the Jeep. He said, I got them sniffing my ear, licking the back of my head and everything else. These dogs follow. He said, like a dozen dogs follow around all day long. I don't know why she needs a dozen of them, but they do whatever she says. So here we go. She's in a cowboy hat, Steve. She's in a bikini and cowboy boots. We go hauling butt out. We go out. There's a pond out here. She said, we got to go check the pond. I got a real problem child out here. So we go out there. He said, there's that son of a bitch, she said. He said, what son of a bitch? He said, I'm looking around. I don't see what the son of a bitch he's talking about. And he says, all of a sudden she pulls the friggin' 30-30 out of the scabbard right between her legs there, and he's going, what the hell? He says, I'm starting to freak out. What are you doing? And she lays the friggin' 30-30 across the hood, and he said, I look, and here's this great big gator out in the lake. Steve, she takes aim for about maybe 5 seconds and touches it off, and the whole top of this gator's head explodes. I said, bro, I've got to meet your sister. I'm telling you right now. He said, oh, you'd love it. She's got a 10 look and a 10 body. I'm telling you, Steve. And she's a tough sister. She just fired her last boyfriend for being a lazy drunk. He didn't want to work the ranch, help her work the ranch. She said she liked the loving and all that, but she said, you got to work this. If you want some of this action, you got to help me work the ranch. So she's looking right now, Steve. I said, buddy, I'll tell you what. I said, I don't know if I'd want to run out there with you and see this or not. He says, I may run away from home. He said, I bet you would. Too funny, guys, too funny. I never did make it out there. I never made it. I finished that job up. He kept asking me to go on out there, and I messed around and never did go out there. But it's probably a good, all things in life, guys, happen for reasons, okay? All for reasons, all right? Remember that. My dream, the Garden of Eden dream that I have, that should be reality soon as my videos get out there, I got a guy that knows how to do this. He knows how to do this. And you guys, I want you to do me a favor. Go out there and pull up his site. His name is Pete Canteras. And he has Green Dreams Nursery. He does not live that far from me. He lives about 8 miles from me. You got to check this boy out now. He puts in Gardens of Eden for a living. Yes, he does. And when I explain to Pete what I want to do, he'll be all over this. He'll be all over it, guys. I'm telling you. So, I don't know. He don't work cheap, you know. So I may need to bump this up instead of 1.2 million or a million. No, I think that's the last video was 1.5 million. But they want 1.2 million. But I think if you came in with a 1 mil cash, and then I took 1 million, right, and did the development work to the Garden of Eden. There's not going to be any asphalt in this thing, guys. No, there's no asphalt. There'll be a parking area, and it'll be mulched walking trails all the way through this Garden of Eden, all right? This guy will design this. This guy is an artist. His knowledge of plants is mind-blowing, guys. Mind-blowing. Go out and watch Pete Contreras in action. And watch him and explain and talk to you about the different plants. His knowledge of plants, and not only how to get them in the ground, but how to make them grow and produce fruit tree, edible landscape, okay? He just walks through the forest picking stuff up and eating it, all right? And I've gotten some of his stuff, and the guy is, I think he's got a beehive or two. I don't know if they're still living or not. I'll have to ask him. I haven't talked to Pete in about a year. I need to touch base with him. And as soon as I get that $2 million, we're going to be doing a lot of talking, him and I. Yeah, we're going to sit down and design this thing. He's got drones. He flies up and looks over the whole property and decides what he wants. And this is really cool, guys. This is really cool. This is very cool. Every drop of rainwater that hits your property that he comes in and designs stays there. It either percolates in, or it goes over here to a little retention area or a swale area, and then he creates swales in this and that to retain all of the water on your property. Then utilizes every drop of that water that hits your turf and turns that thing into edible landscaping. How cool is that, guys? Gardens of Eden. Gardens of Eden is what Pete. So go out there, subscribe to his channel. He's I don't know how many subscribers. I think he's over 100,000. He's got to be way over 100,000. He may be 200,000. I don't know by now. I haven't really watched him. He's got a buddy, Jim Kowaleski. He is now that is a cool dude. That is a very cool dude. I met him and his operation. He don't live that far from me. He is in Newport Richey. I'm in Newport Richey, but get this, he farms downtown. Yes. He farms, guys, in people's front yards. They like him so much. Yes, come in. Turn my whole property into a farm in downtown. He plants crops. It's mind-blowing. And he does it. He's now, I'm quite sure, in Maine. He's a migratory farmer. He goes from Maine to Florida, 6 months both ways, back and forth. He takes stuff from here and goes up there and sells it. And he just operates out of your weekend farmers market things. We have what they call Tasty Tuesday here in Newport Richey. He's there every Tuesday. Tasty Tuesday. That's where Tasty Tuesday would come from, wouldn't it? Yeah. Anyway, he's there every Tuesday. Selling all kinds of, he makes a living. He makes a living growing stuff. He makes these little cell blocks, these little soil blocks, and plants seeds in them. He makes a few of those. I think he makes 25,000 of those every season while he's here, and plants them in Newport Richey. constantly growing salad greens, different mixes, different kinds of things, garlic, fruits, some fruits, but mostly it's greens, garlic, onions, and that sort of thing. Makes a living doing it. Sells to restaurants. Get this, he delivers his stuff on a bicycle with a little sulky dealie on the back. He takes his 2-ton, got a 2-ton old truck, stake racks on it, goes to the free mulch yard, which I've done for years, and get free mulch. It's ground up oak bark, and they mix it with a little dirt, and they get the mycelium in there. And then you can see that when you're digging into the stuff, it's still steamy and working. You can see the white mycelium growing into the oak bark, just breaking it down and making some really rich soil. That's all he uses. Now get this, when he goes to Maine, he gets a scythe. He's got a scythe like 6 acres. He cuts the hay with a scythe, stacks the hay up, puts it on his truck, brings it back to his garden areas, and that's all he uses on his garden. Hay. He grows all of his food in mulch, and it's hay mulch. So this stuff, as it rots down, he calls it feeding the micro herd. It is mind blowing, guys. What these guys, him and Pete, they're a pretty good team, and they're buddies. And anyway, yeah, that's the kind of stuff that's going on here. And don't remember the town that Jim's up in there in Maine now. It'll come to me. They have a big thing every year. But you'll see it. They'll talk about it, where he's at and all that. But yeah, Pete's gonna be my man to do this Garden of Eden. So, all right, guys, I got to get on my hike here. I'm gonna finish up my coffee, get on my 2-mile hike, come back. We'll go over there. Sun's trying to peek through the haze. We've got a east wind blows this time of year. It's all coming off Africa. We've got this friggin' dust bowl coming off Africa. And it is hard to believe, but it gets all the way to Florida. And we get hazy skies. And it's, I don't know, I guess we get a little elephant poop that comes with the dust and comes over here and helps seed this place. I don't know. Maybe I'm getting elephant poop in my garden. But we're getting, it's really hazy this time of year, and as we get these east winds. And then of course we got the other little extra bonus we get from Africa is the hurricanes. They will start spinning off from Africa one after the other like a freight train, all the way up to November 30. Yeah. And I think the good Lord's been watching over Steve-O, because they've been blowing around. I've asked him, please protect me and my bees, and so far he has. They keep coming straight at me, and then they swirl off and go around me. So I think the Lord is listening to old Steve-O and protecting him and his bees. So I don't want to piss the man off, all right? And I don't want to piss you guys off, so let's get over to the other yard and see what's going on with our sweet baby girls over there. They're probably not going to be sweet. They're probably not going to like the looks of my face. I don't know. But, and I don't have, all I've got is a thin shirt today. The old thin wicking shirt. So if they're ornery, I'll just have to take some bee venom therapy and get over it. And I took some bee venom therapy yesterday. I had feeding bees at this yard we're going to today, and I took off a jar. I like to carry around I've got a gallon bucket with 4 quarts in it. That's how I like to go around the yard, to fill those up. I go out and distribute those, come back, And then I had a jar in this, empty jar in this hand, and a bucket in this hand, and a bee came flying straight out of that hole, feeder hole, and it started walking up my face, and I knew it was heading right to my eyeballs, and I couldn't do much, and I was trying to hurry up and get things set down. By the time I got things set down, it had come up and nailed me, not in the eyeball, but right in the corner of the eye, right in the corner of the eye. And so you can imagine how that felt. So I hurry up and got things set down. I was in there, and I took my t-shirt, corner of my shirt like this, and I went to rub it like that. And I thought I rubbed the stinger out. It was still in there. 2 hours later, I was up here. I felt my eye getting a little puffy, right? All that venom pumped out, all of it. If you can get a stinger, scratched out, it'll be quick. It's not that bad. But that thing pumped every bit of venom into that eye. And I was feeling around. I felt a little bump. I said, oh man, there's the stinger. So I took my fingernail and scratched it out. And so today I got a puffy eyeball. Normally I can take a massive amount of bee venom. But when you're sitting there getting popped in the face in sensitive areas like around your eyes, and you do not want to get stung in the eyeball, you do not want to trip to the emergency room, even though I am immune to bee venom, sensitive areas like this can swell up. But anyway, it's not too bad. It's not swollen shut. Anyway, throw a head net on. I got lazy, guys. Throw a head net on. I got a little light net here. I could have thrown it on. But David's pit bull came over and was talking to me, so I went out when I was talking to it and scratching her ear, and I forgot to throw my head net on, and I lost my place. Anyway, all right, let's go work some bees in a bit. Alrighty, guys, we're over here at this little out yard, and what do we got? 4 of them here. That one was check on 524. 524, 420, check 4622, 520, 520. Huh. Okay. So I've got a pallet over there. I've got a pallet here. I've got more room on the rail, so we could bring more bees in here. And yeah, let's open this one up. See what's going on. I didn't bring that much extra equipment, and something I forgot to bring with me. Dummy Steve-O forgot to bring his torch. Hopefully we don't have a bunch of ants here. 1 ant, 2 ants. Okay, that's not bad. I don't know what their little disposition is. If they want to eat me alive here, I'll have to stop and come back tomorrow, because I don't have my big suit with me. I don't know, this colony don't look too robust here. They're really flighty. I got a hunch this one's queenless. Lots of honey. Lots of resources. lots of resource. There's another one of them goofy frames I did, but they put regular worker comb in that. I put a piece of plasticell up in here, these homemade drone combs, and I just left this window wide open. There's nothing in here. This is all flexible, and they made a perfect comb out of it. Wow, check it out, guys. Solid honey. This one is capped. There's no queen in here. There's no queen in here. So I've got 5 frames of resources here. 5 frames of resources and all these flipping bees. I have on my truck, let's go look. I brought 1 super is all, and 1 complete hive. It's got a bottom on it, screen, everything. So what we're going to do here is utilize this guy right here, because that's got a bottom on it. This is an old hive here, and the wood, see, is getting real punchy. This is one of the, look at my hive tool goes right into that wood. This needs to go in the dumpster, this box. I might, it's got a screen bottom. I can salvage some of that wire in the bottom of that if I feel, you know, it's a shame. It's a shame I don't have a queen right now to put in that thing. Virgin or a cell. There is plenty of bees in here if a guy could put a cell in there, but we're going to be making up more colonies. This stuff is not going to go to waste. It's good that we've caught it now, because yeah, so I'm going to add all this resources over to a queen right hive. Let's check this hive and see if it's queen right. If it is, we're going to take that super over yonder, put it on top, and take all these bees and shake them out. We'll shake them all out on the ground. They can come over and ask for permission to get in one of these hives, and they better be bringing some resources with them when they go knocking on their front door, because they won't be let in. They'll be dead, killed. All right. But if they're hauling in some resources like pollen or syrup, whatever, they'll let them in. They'll let them in and dump the load. So let's go on to the next colony here. Let's go into this one right here. Okay, guys, this girl here, she's just getting started. I haven't seen her in here yet. I'm not really going to tear the place apart and look for her. She has elbow room in here, but yeah, she's just starting to kick in, as you can see. Like I said, I have not seen her yet, but I don't need to look for her. She's doing very well in here. So yes, she's going to get a boost. She's going to get a boost of resources here. So far, I'm quite amazed these bees aren't pissy today. So yes, we're going to just start shaking bees out here. I'm going to shake them out over on the other side. The entrance side is over here. This whole box now will be picked up and dropped right there. Boom! Things look a little bit chaotic, but it'll be fine. Let me get a towel down in here and a beetle barn. And yeah, we'll load these up, put a lid on it. Actually, I have one of the towels here. And I'll drop a beetle barn in there and we'll be ready to go. That box is going to go back in a dumpster. Alrighty, guys. Got that one done. Got 2 more to check. See, all these resources, now we've got them protected. And we're not going to let wax moth stuff eat this stuff up or nothing. I've seen no beetles. That's cool. I just put a beetle barn in here. And I put a amatraz in there. So we don't have to worry about mites. And yeah. So on, let's see, on the 31st of this month, May 31st, is going to be new moon. So the first of June, or we can do it on the, we'll start coming in making up some more. I don't know, I'm probably going to do some walkaways. I've been so darn busy with building boxes and stuff. I haven't had much time to do grafting. It takes time to work cell builders, this and that, and I'm more concentrated right now on woodworking. But I want to take advantage of the new moon, because as you know, I work with the moon. Everybody thinks that's crazy. I don't care. I just know every time I work outside that box, I don't get good results. And I've been doing this enough years to do what I like to do, okay? So I work between, I try to make queens between new moon and full moon, okay? A little Steve-O witchery, all right? It is what it is. All right, let's get into this little guy here, see what it's doing. It's a medium, and then we will go into this one. Okay, guys. The first frame I pull out on the end, there's our girl right there. Nice big old hiney, yellow hiney Italian looking girl there. She's doing, I can tell you right now, let's pull a frame here. I'm gonna hang on to this frame so we don't lose her. Yeah, she's walking around there just fine. Hunky dory. Yeah, she's doing super good, guys. So here's what old Steve-O's gonna do here. This is gonna work out great, but I don't know what I got here. But this is gonna get replaced. I've got a Hive on the back of my truck, a 5-frame nuke. And we're gonna take this colony right here. And I'm hoping that this is not screwed to the bottom. Let me check this thing here. I'm gonna transfer this over. I gotta check, make sure that thing's not screwed to the bottom, and I didn't bring my screw gun. If it is screwed, I'm gonna have to come back here this afternoon and switch it over. But the plan is here to set a 5-frame nuke here. It's all plain foundation, and put this on top and let them work it in reverse. Okay, guys, got her stacked up there. Get a few, we got I don't know, half a pound of bees over here. That's all that was left in that colony. They'll find a home for the nights out in one of these guys right here. So yeah, we got this girl set up here. So she's doing hunky-dory. I don't have the proper lid here for this, but this will be all right. We'll prop this one on here. It's a bit of an overkill, but it'll work. We'll keep feeding them. The more I feed them, the more they're going to draw comb. We got some storms coming, so let's put a brick on top. Let's get into this colony over here and see what's up. Alrighty guys, this is a brand new queen in here. She's just starting to kick it in high gear. And from what I can see in here, she's doing absolutely excellent. They've got plenty of elbow room, so we don't need to hurry up and get back over here too quick. We do need to keep the feed on her to keep her stimulated. This thing is slap full. Every cell is full of eggs. Everyone's full of eggs. Let's pull one more frame. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, she's doing good, guys. It's a little shotgunny here, but this thing is backfill. Everything is backfill quite nicely. So all we got to do here is monitor her, and yeah, there's plenty of honey here on the outside. I robbed a frame of eggs from this here a while back. That's why you see this brand new frame in there. So yeah. Yep, it's doing really well. So I'm going to put a beetle barn on here just for giggles. Alrighty guys, wrapped it up here, and I've thrown my back out, and I'm in hurting pain right now. Absolutely hurting pain, but I've got remedies for that when I get back to base camp. I got a tilt table. I'm going to get on that thing. But yeah, we've got a nice load of bees there. They'll find a home. We don't worry about them. Let's get this tripper stick out of the way. Alrighty. They're on autopilot, guys. We got feed on them. We'll come back, and I don't need to see these bees for 2 weeks, guys. But I need to see you guys a lot sooner than that. So we'll see you very soon. Stay happy, stay strong. We got to keep getting there on bad back or not. See ya.